It's wonderful to be here with you, Dr. Wiechel. Petra, you're the chief of the medical director of the Swiss Mountain Clinic. I've heard about you for a long time and your work here. And I've come from the United States because you offer treatments that we don't have in the United States, in America. And luckily, I'm in good health. Your doctors asked me, what is your diagnosis? And I said, life.
Wonderful.
But I know that I need to detox. We all need to detox today because we're exposed to so many toxins in our water. Our food is poisoned, full of pesticides, our water full of contaminants, our air. And no matter how well you eat and how well you live, we need to periodically detox. And you do a whole blood flush that we don't have in America, the apheresis treatment. And so tell me, what is your philosophy of medicine and of healing here?
The philosophy is that we care for humans. I will not say we have a specialization for a medicine which is very good by tumor or by diabetes for children. No. Every people is a unique case for me. And we have to understand between where I am or who I am. It's very different. 2 women, 3 women, 100 women, 1,000 women. We have all our different possibilities. We had all a different children time. We had all different possibilities to how we can protect us, how is our psychological situation, and the other side is, you spoke about, how is my life? And last week I had 5 patients with the diagnosis Parkinson. But every guy had another Parkinson. Every guy needs another treatments. And when I can start with this to detoxification, and we know this are high studies in the last 20 years, which solvents, which herbicides, which pesticides developed to Parkinson. But on the other side is that can you, what is this word in English, to crash, or when I have dopamine, it's connect with the receptor and up and down and up and down. How can I say this in English?
The reuptake of the neurotransmitter reuptake. Yeah.
Yeah, but dopamine come to the receptor, and the body has about the enzyme metabolism to crash this, and the next one comes and crash, and the next one come. And in this moment, we look for this metabolism ways, for example. It is possible in the body, or he can't enough. When he can't enough, he can't not detox enough.
Yeah.
And the life is adaptation. And when I realized I have enough dopamine, for example, because the body can't do this process, he reduced the production, And this is a process. For my opinion, you spoke about the philosophy is healthy, is to have a great balance in your psychological situation, in your physical situation, in all what the body realizes. This is self-regulation. And
so when we have certain neurological illnesses, you get certain drugs like levodopa to replenish dopamine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're looking at the causes and not at the symptoms only, no?
Absolute. And at first I have to understand. And I have to clear the question, what's the matter in your life? What is the consequence in your body? And this is another program. What I can do here with this patient, I can't. I have at first to realize that he can detox.
Yes.
That he has enough possibility for the own detoxifications, organs, and. This is not all. And this is so successful. And my best teacher is life. I realized what I do. And the people which come to me, they don't mean they are a victim of the life or victim of the illness.
Yeah.
They take it in their own hands, and they have to be active in this process. And they have to be trust in yourself. So I say, when you don't trust, and we as doctors, we don't trust life more. We say, you have a Parkinson, you have a multiple sclerosis, you have a tumor. And this is so terrible, and I'm so sad to understand this.
Yeah.
And the way is finished. So I see here a lot of things, a lot of miracle, but this is not my work. This is the patience of the people to change life, to eat much more better, to give your own body enough energy, to find your trip to yourself. I'm so happy here. I'm in the mountains. I'm not in Davos. I'm not in St. Moritz. The senses or the words, Swiss Mountain Clinic, of the big stone is very small. You have to find us. So, and all these people which like to go in an active way in the direction to healthy, not to the illness. They found us, and people go and bring another one. This is the secret a little bit in the last 15 years.
Yeah, because in America we don't have a healthcare system. We have a disease care system.
In Europe too.
And you're trained to learn about diseases, and this is the pharmacological treatment. And we're living in what I call the age of Pharmageddon, because the pharma wants us from the time we're born to the time we die. And that's the profit model.
Profit model, and we produce this chronic people. We, as a doctors, sorry, we are not interested in healing.
Medicine in America is the only business where you get paid for volume and not for outcome.
Absolutely.
And this is crazy. We should be, we need to understand, of course, that we are our own healers. That the medicine or the doctor is only there to support or help awaken an innate healing capacity.
Yeah, and I can say that I saw all over the world, the countries, but my trip in my life was to understand more in the deepest part of life and what you do in your work. To realize that the mind is here and the mind decides if I'm in peace and my body can work for myself. Absolute. The highest anti-parasites program has my body. The anti-tumor program has my body. Anti-infection, anti-inflammation, but only when I'm in peace.
Yeah.
Not when I'm in stress. He take all the energy for the stress, and people can learn this here. And people can understand this here. And I think this is the secret, not more.
Yeah, that's a good secret though. We need to share that secret.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, I was trained initially as a medical anthropologist. So I spent time first in a brain laboratory at the University in California, and then we just understood that the mind was not in the brain.
No.
So I had to go and work with the indigenous people that knew how to create psychosomatic health and not just psychosomatic disease. And it's about your relationship to life, to the forest, to your ancestors, to your sense of a destiny. What did you come here to do in this life? What's your calling? What's your how do you contribute? How do you bring beauty to the world?
Yeah, I think it is all the question of my consciousness. So when I give this moment, the focusation of this, what I do, when I'm consciousness and do it with love for myself, what I eat. It is so easy when I love myself. I don't like it to do with myself. We have here forbidden in the clinic, for example, Wi-Fi and electro-smoke.
Yeah.
It is what we know about. This is a fire accelerator for illnesses too, the last 20 years.
Of course.
So, or 30 years. And this is what we would like to show the people. Not you have to do, we show you what life needs from you. And this is interesting how we can see this by the dark field. We can hear this when we do the cleaning the blood. We can show you all the things, and this makes the process here. Illness is only a process. It's not you have.
Yeah.
It's a process which the body need to come back to the old situation.
See, part of the problem is that many of us, most of us, wait until we get sick to start getting healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we want to do this, we want to practice prevention. And this is what indigenous people around the world, they know the plants that protect health.
Absolutely.
And, initially in my work, I was a young graduate student. I was funded by big Swiss pharma. They wanted to discover that, because the Amazon is nature's pharmacy. They wanted to discover the plant, the herb, the bark that would cure cancer or Alzheimer's or heart disease. That was my mission. These 3 illnesses, find a solution. You could become famous, Alberto, and rich.
Yeah.
And I went into villages way in the backwaters of the Amazon, and they had no cancer, no heart disease, no Alzheimer's, no dementia. These are the illnesses of the West.
Yeah.
And as soon as these Amazonian peoples began to eat like us and have cell phones like us and live like us, they started getting sick and die like us.
So this is what we know.
So, and the beauty is that we can prevent these conditions. And if you can bring it back to your lifestyle, how you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, and then use your doctor and the technological resources, which are amazing, the ones that we have. That's why I came to the Swiss Mountain Clinic.
I know. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean,
that you care for yourself.
Well, you have a blood cleansing protocol that we don't have in the United States. So, and that's extraordinary. It's the only way, or one of the few ways, of detoxifying the brain. And because the brain has a blood-brain barrier that, that opens up when you're under stress, and that allows toxins, then they can't get out. But with the apheresis treatment that you have here, which has been amazing.
Amazing. And yesterday, I think I would like to write an article, The Time is Ready. Because I see so much microplastic in the blood. We know this since 20 years that the fish are so much plastic. The time is ready for us. And this is absolute normality. So
when you take samples of umbilical cords of newborn babies, the microplastics are already there, the PCBs, the PCPs, the pesticides.
This is what I mean. And it's crazy that we have a technique to bring out, but we have to open our eyes and our consciousness to reduce this every person.
This is what I write books about this, and
great.
And in my last few books, A Grow a New Body, is about how you can switch on the genes for regeneration, because we all grow a new body every 7 years.
Absolutely.
Every cell, every molecule is exchanged every 7 years. So why not grow a healthier body, more resilient than the one you have now?
This is the time for neuroregeneration. 7 years. They need so long time.
Even we get a new brain every 20 days.
Amazing.
Every 20 days, every cell in our brain is, the brain cells, we learned when we were in school that brain cells that we don't produce new brain cells. Like we produce new skin cells, but we don't produce new brain cells. But every 20 days through protein synthesis, every component part of a neuron is replaced.
Yeah.
So we can grow a new brain and prevent these terrible dementias that are afflicting 50%, 1 out of 2 people. When they get to be 85, will have diagnosable Alzheimer's, unless you practice prevention, unless you detox.
Yeah, but you see, what is Alzheimer? This can be high aluminum, herbicides, pesticides,
heavy metals,
mercury, neurotoxic. This can be insulin resistant. This can be, there is a lot of detoxification problems. And these are different, Bredesen, these are different causes, and you have to diagnostic, and you have to do it from the first moment. And then you can change. I'm sorry.
See, the problem is that the minute Alzheimer's diagnosed, you've already been developing it for 35 years.
Yeah.
And it cannot be treated. There's no remedy for it.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is the brain has its own immune system, you know. And if you can mobilize that immune system, you can prevent the loss of cognitive function. Your brain does not have to age.
We don't realize in the normal life that the problem is chronic silent inflammation. We have parasites and microbiome in the brain. Our brain needs food, nutrients,
the
right things to eat.
Yeah.
You cannot, I'm so sometimes sad when I see you have a depression or a psychological disease. There is nothing brain food.
Yeah.
So this is to care for these people and to help.
Yeah, that's what I love about what you're doing here, is that you don't believe that in diseases, you believe in people.
Yeah, and I believe in life. My trust in life is absolute 1000% not broken. And I see this, how life, in this moment you help the body bring all this regulation back.
Yeah.
But when I don't do it, sorry.
No, you just...
For nothing.
People will come to you and say, fix me, please. Just give me the pill. Fix me, okay? And I don't have time. I need to go back to work. So
yeah, but we have to, as doctors, with the patient, that it is fun. It is love. It is happiness to do it. And when the people here go home, they have this happiness and this fun, and they are active. Oh, so I can do my fermentation myself. Yes, but how can I do it? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And it's 10% better. And this makes 10% better more. And sometimes they come back and the distance bigger, and then bye-bye.
Yeah.
No, I have not to come more, but I come every year to the liver cleanse and whole hypothermy, because before I had 10 years no fever, yet now I have fever. This is wonderful.
Yeah, this is the same with our clinic that we have in Chile. Even though I live in the US, we have a clinic in a place where the water's clean, the food is, we grow our own food, and people come back every year to maintain, to protect and maintain health.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the work you're doing here. I came for the blood cleansing system because we eat well, we drink water, we give thanks every morning to life.
Yeah, but we live on the world.
You are in the mountains, in the woods, in power places. This is a place of great earth, sacred power, in this amazing structures that are, I visited them yesterday, I went hiking.
It's a great gift.
Beautiful nature.
Absolute gift.
And I love the food. I love the personal contact with your doctors. It's been exquisite. Thank you so much.
We are small, but I love this small. So we have a time and a direct contact with all these wonderful people. Good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for everything you do. All the beauty.
We can do here meditation weeks with you, or it's a nice idea.
Sure. Would love
and
to do that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Petra. It's been a pleasure to be here with you.